So here's to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight we'll always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon. Guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
Hello, hello, welcome here, welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on, whatever time you're watching this video. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose, and I am your host, Crystal Lavender. Some people know me as Criddle, like Riddle with a C. Other people know me as Nacho Mama, like, I ain't your mama, you know what I mean? So we are going to read your weekly for Gemini for April 14th through the 20th, okay? And we're sticking with the same kind of little structure we've been going along here, but we're going to do angel numbers and kind of a general message, and then kind of what you would need to let go of, and then we got your finances and your love. Okay, so please remember to hit that little like button on your way in or on your way out. It's a little click for you, but a big bada boom for me. And make sure you're doing that for all of your favorite YouTubers. Okay, it's a big deal for us. Okay, it means a lot. It means a whole lot to us. All right, and if you would like a personal reading, please go to my website at crystal-lavender.com. You can sign up for my weekly newsletter and get exclusive content as well as coupons for my readings. And you can get a free download of my book. All right. And all of that is right here. It's scrolling across website at crystal-lavender.com. Okay. All right. Gemini, what do we got for the week of April 14th through the 20th? What do we got? So we're going to do your angel number first. Your angel number is 1717. Independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, and aspirations. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you are heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. So 1717. And you might find that number pop up, randomly on a receipt, or you might see it on someone's license plate or something. Like you might find yourself on the way to some sort of social gathering or something, and then 1717 pops up as a reminder to take a couple deep breaths, and that you aren't actually alone. You're in preparation right now. All right. So what else do we got? Impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and fresh perspectives. So sometimes we have to take a step back in order to see things clearly. They say that we cannot see our own reflection inside of a boiling pot of water, just like we can't see our own situation. That's why it's so much easier to call other people's bullshit out than it is for us to call our own shit out. Like we can see, like if somebody's in a toxic relationship, we can point out all the red flags. You know what I mean? We can point out exactly what it is that they need to be doing. It's like really easy to give guidance, but it's really hard to give ourselves that own same guidance. All right. So you might be one of those people that like people come to you for, knowledge and guidance and wisdom. But when it comes to your own situations, it's like you can't see it for yourself. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all pretty guilty of that in some aspect or another. So don't beat yourself up over that. Just know that there might be things going on that you aren't seeing clearly because you're in the middle of it. All right. So you might need to take a little bit step back and working through disbelief. So whatever it is that you aren't fully believing in, you might have something happen to you that's like a miracle. Some sort of synchronicity where like it's like it's such a big receipt from the universe that you absolutely can't ignore it. It's not one of those ones where it's like, okay, I asked for this sign, but I'm gonna need a sign of your sign. I need a sign of your sign, and the sign that you just sent me, like this one's gonna be so fucking on point that you aren't gonna be able to ignore it. I've had those happen where it's just like all I can do is laugh and like, just feel in awe of the fact that the universe is like talking to me, or God, whatever you want to call it, is talking to me and I'm listening. And it just like synchronicities have become my new favorite obsession, my new favorite, like it's almost like a drug to me now, like, hi, I'm Crystal, I'm 4+ years into recovery, and synchronicities are my favoriteest drug at this point, right? Leveling up, bettering myself, synchronicities. So, it's not that they're impossible, it's I'm possible, okay? I'm possible. It is possible. Whatever it is that you have in your heart's desire is possible, okay? So don't talk yourself out of some shit. All right, what else do we got? Ooh, social battery drain. All right, so this is like your small talk tank is fucking empty. All right, like you're about up. You've had it to up to here with people and their small talk. It's like you can't stand it right now. Something about this social battery being drained is like you have got to get away before you snap at people for just not being able to be on the same level of depth as you are in right now. It might just be the mind frame that you're in right now, but your small talk tank is drained. Okay, you ain't got it in you. Like you're a master at being able to sneak away from social events. Like one minute you might be the life of the party, and then the next minute you're just poof gone. And there ain't nothing wrong with it, dude. I disappear all the fucking time. I'm guilty of that, man, because I don't want to have to say goodbye to everybody. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to have to go around the room and say bye to every freaking Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like I just, like when it's time for me to leave, I just bounce. So you might be the same way where you're not, you're not, um, you're not speaking about your departure. You're just bouncing, like your no game is super strong and your small talk tank is empty. All right? So you're like if one more person talks to me about the weather, dude, I'm like I'm going to just go home before I say something that I can't take back. All right, what do we got for your finances? The magician in the reverse, what the fuck? Are you reverse manifesting? Don't be reverse manifesting. So how we reverse manifest is we pluck out the worst possible case scenario. I mean, if everything is a pool of potential, all right, and nothing is genuinely manifested yet, and then we go into that pool of potential and pluck out the worst possible case scenario, and then stick that in our pocket, and then wonder why things aren't manifesting the way that we want them to manifest. We have to believe in the best possible case scenario just as equally as we believe in the worst possible case scenario, all right, if not even more. So don't be reverse manifesting yourself, all right? That the best thing I ever heard ever was that is correct. Here's some more of whatever it is that you're thinking. Like the universe, God, whatever you call it, isn't going to be like, oh, they don't mean that. They really mean the opposite of this. If you're saying to yourself, man, I need to save more money, I need to save more money, like the universe isn't going to be like, oh, you don't mean that you need to save more money. You really mean that you want money. No, it don't work like that. The universe, God, whatever says that is correct. Here's some more. I need to save more money. I don't know who came up with that first, Dr. Joe Dispenza, or who came up with that, but it's fucking brilliant. The first time I heard it was from Rich Lop. So I don't know who else, like I think that it came from Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I'd like to give credit where credit's due. But the first time I heard it came from Rich Lop. And it made complete sense to me and almost it like changed my whole fucking life from that moment forward. It was that is correct. Here's some more of whatever it is that you're thinking. And it could be just little tiny adjustments, but we are reverse manifesting all the time and we don't even know it because we're conscious creative beings that is continuously creating unconsciously, and until we learn how to take hold of our mind and become a master of our own mind, then we're consciously we're creating unconsciously until we flip that switch. So try to learn how to flip that switch. Don't be reverse manifesting on yourself, all right? Just remember that is correct. Here is some more of. It takes a little bit of practice. A little bit of practice, a little bit of muscle memory because that's what our brain is a muscle, right? So if we're just going on muscle memory, then it's going to take a little bit of practice. You gotta like if you're learning how to play guitar, you're learning an instrument, you're learning an art form, even learning how to type on a keyboard is all muscle memory. So learning how to catch those negative thoughts and dismiss them and then replace them with something that you really enjoy, here's some more of, like I am wealthy, I am a conscious creative being. Here's some more of that. The universe says that is correct. Here's some more of I'm a conscious creative being. Everything I have and then some is provided for me. That is correct. Here's some more of everything, and everything I need and then some is provided for me. Right? That is the number one key that I have found for it's the best thing I've ever heard ever in my life was that you are correct. Here is some more of. All right. So what do we got for your romance? The world in reverse. It says seeking personal closures. So are you waiting for somebody to come and apologize to you? You feel unfinished business with somebody? No closure, no completion. Incompletion. All right, the thing about this is like if we're constantly seeking some sort of closure, it means that we're refusing to accept the reality of the truth, that it is what it is. It happened, the way that it happened is how it happened. Because even if they try to come and bring you some sort of closure, if you don't accept it, then you still ain't got no closure. Oh, well, that closure wasn't closure enough. That's just like the sign not being signy enough. It's like, okay, universe, bring me this sign. And then the sign comes and you're like, that's not a good enough sign. So if somebody comes to you and they're like, oh, well, I'm bringing you this closure, where you're like, well, that's not good enough closure, you know what I mean? Then you're still left incomplete. The only real way that you can find closure is inside yourself, okay? And an acceptance of what really is, acceptance of the truth, acceptance of the shit happened the way that it happened. You know, when we leave it unfinished, unclosed, it's like almost like a gaping wound. Or you just cover it up like an abscess, cover it up and act like it doesn't exist, and that shit just festers and festers and turns into something way worse than it needs to be. So either speak your truth, say what you need to say, or I mean, you might want to wait until this person, till you're not like they don't have any sort of like emotional control over you. Like you want to make sure that you're still in control of your own emotions. Like right now might not be the best time for you to go and get this closure from this person or to find the closure inside yourself, but just know that um it's like it's a festering wound if you don't ever revisit it, all right? And it'll just fester and fester. So the only person that can actually give closure to you is yourself, is an acceptance of the reality of what it is. Because when we don't accept, when we're constantly searching the why, that means that we're not in tune with the what is, the reality of what happened. All right. So um try to do it for yourself. Okay. All right. Well, those are the messages that I have for my beautiful Gemini collective. I love you guys so very much. And remember, if you would like a personal reading, please go to my website at crystal-lavender.com. Sign up for my free newsletter, get exclusive content, and get a free download of my book. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Vroom, beep, beep.